Carlson story, the Drew Carlson story, Drew Carlson story, the lesser known member of the Grateful Dead firstborn son, written about for 3 years, Brent Midland, Jerry Garcia. Well, the GDP Underground Sound goes off and, writes this millions and billions of dollars invested into child raising, stunted by the ground zero, the Manhattan attacks, the Pentagon bombings, and everything's thrown out the window. Within 5 years, he's packed up and he's shipping out, ship shape, son of a sailor, and how did they ever sum that up? They says, well, maybe they cooked. Him and who? Him and who? Who do you do, Duty? Who do you do? It was Paris and Avinka and Pierce and another 13. Give or take 10 years around my age, and I'm still trying to put together the victims list. Whenever I got large enough to man size one Randy said. It's not like I can change my genome, the genetic makeup, the hierarchy, hereditary hand me downs of who I'm related to, and what kind of family blood ties did me in. The point is the band wrote about me for 3 years. Well, it was a planned life. With all the fans that they get in contact with. This is his this father to be is on stage with Jerry, and all he wants is a secured life, one step down from him, the future king. The Carlson fam, and so there was that, and it's nice to get that off my chest, although I had to sleep on it. um, yeah, I get jilly. I see them, and they're grown up, and I say, well, they're not 40. I'm not 30. It sounds a little bit strange these days, but there was a time where it made sense. 5 foot and not legal of age is what it's better than talking about having 30 possible attempted murder charges on you and looking at 25 in jail for your uh, your great grandmother's first cousin's invention. Said, well, she's still alive. All the parrot wants to hear is me really pluck on that 6 string miniature acoustic, which I've had 25 years practice with. 26 years practice was the 30-year-old guitar. Learned theory with the Garcias for the ages 0 through 5 until Jerry's passing. And the music never stopped. I grew into large enough to play by my own at the age of 4, not even 30. So he likes to say that. He likes to say, you sure you said you're Phoebe Hoffman's great grandson, right? The Hoffmans, like the Sandoz inventor, the LSD 25 inventor, Albert Hoffman, right? His first cousin Phoebe, the one that went to America after escaping the Germany, Hitler's Third Reich, Nazi Holocaust concentration camps during World War II. She escaped that, and then she lived in America and worked in Manhattan for 50 years. Yeah, or close enough to. Did big dealings with the Hiltons and the Trumps, and I'm sort of repeating him instead of mocking him. He's not interested. We're going to go ahead and probably strum up some lead and push this out to 10. So it'd be nice to get in a little bit of a acoustic trance too. Right, so there was a time where Buddy from New Riders of the Purple Sage lived in New London. He was buying houses in New London, putting up junkies, reforming junkies, and turning them into deadheads around New London City. While he invaded Alcoholics Anonymous and maybe held a part-time job at Harry's Taxi, while he wasn't spending his millions, billions beyond belief, to the teeth in New London as king. I'm not sure. Maybe he just felt like being a sleuthy spy or whatever. He's the one that helped potty train me from diapers up through whitey tighties to the regular ordinary boxer shorts. So. And before I switched into rhythm, what was I going to say? Yeah, yeah. I would talk to I would like to see Melvin, and be in a little bit of the JGB Church prayer circle, yeah, for his for regards on his best behalf. Uh, if he's still kicking. Last I heard, he was in bad shape, and he's been a close family friend since I was just a speck of an idea off, beyond the stars in space. So, for those 3 years, the band was the band, and then for the next 5 years, Garber um, might as well have been a New Bern General Hospital. Is it for the next 50 seconds? Have a little bit of rhythm, and what I call it Weird Bears. Check, 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 2, 1, out.